Okay, this is one of my favourite realistic base stations. This is the TRC457, and I've actually grabbed a base microphone that's covered in dust. I'm just cleaning it while you can see off to the side there what I'm doing. I just thought, how did they get so much dust on it? Like everything. I've actually got it on a realistic bass mic for the moment. Now, this radio is going to come with a hand mic because I'm not sure how many realistic bass mics. I think I've got about 5 or 6 of these, but I think I've got 5 or 6 basses we're keeping for ourselves. So I don't know yet. But talk to me about bass mics. If there's a chance that we can supply you one, we'll certainly do so. One of the things we're doing is we're basically going like this, spraying them, doing the control back and forth about 100 times, and when they've sat around for this long, and they'll last forever. And you'll find that'll go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, beautiful. Okay, so what do I like about the TRC457 that makes me carry on like, I'd give up my left arm for it? It's actually one of the realistic radios that just... we had so many radios that had clocks and did, some nice features, etc. Realistic did a few, don't get me wrong, this is not the only realistic, but they just did it in style. This really hit me as something that, even its size and, look at the condition of this thing. This is just the most unmarked. I say that about every radio, don't I? Every radio is the most unmarked radio. You got to remember, I come from a sales background. People forget, I've sort of, whilst I'm electronics, I have an electronics background, I spent more time in sales in my last years than I did ever with fixing anything, and that's being just as honest as I can. So I just saw some dust. I thought, oh, how did I miss that? Okay, there you go. Realistic TRC 457. There was a few different versions of this that were very similar too, by the way, and we'll go through that because we've got the other versions that will come up for sale. But this is one of the primary ones that, in your collection, if you're looking to have, say, let's say that you're going to have a TRC 450 and maybe a few of the other 458s and all the different other numbers. I think I just got one of the numbers wrong then. The mobiles. Anyway, I've got them all. But this is sort of one that you want to have in your corner with all your realistic gear. Really nicely finished off. They just did a great job. Obviously, this is compatible in Australia, so this can be transmitted on because it doesn't have FM, it doesn't have extra channels, it is basically a 40 channel radio that does everything that it should do under the ACMA's requirements, and it has all its digits working, which is something to check. Now we're putting in, get this, 0.5 microvolt, and that is so noise free. It is just not funny. It's just, once again, the quality goes past just what you're seeing cosmetically. Often I'm looking at things like, well, does the receiver, is it any good? Can it hear into the noise? Can it blah, 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 blah? Now I'm going to take this down. I'm just going to bring that volume up a little bit so you can hear it. I'm just starting to hear a little bit of noise at 0.224. And I'm losing it 0.099, definitely losing it there. I can hear it way down there, but it's in the noise. So as I bring that up, at 0.2, to be fair, there's a slight bit of hash that I can hear there. No, that's just getting the stage now. At 0.4, forget it. It's all over. 0.5, all over. This thing is just super, super good ears. And of course, yeah, look, that's amazing. Now, I'll just turn that rotten sound off so you don't have to put up with that. And hang on, I've just got to fix something on my phone here too. I can see something's going. Someone's sending me a message. Let me fix this. Right, phone call fixed. Didn't kill my video. That's good. Sorry, something I didn't show you before too is the S meter. I was putting in such low levels, and I was going on about the low levels, and I forgot to show you that it obviously. That test we do where we want to see the full meter movement. We want to see it in increments and make sure that it's able to do what it needs to do. And see how I'm just sort of playing around with it here, and I'm giving it a bit of a notch, then going bang. And this is a really healthy meter, which is great. That's what we want. We go over to the TX test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on. Put that on lock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, that's good. I've got the mic sitting over here, so I'm a fair way from it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going into a dummy load, just so everybody knows. And let's have a look at AM, where we can actually hear my voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. There. That's a little bit. Hang on. Ah! Shut up. That's it. It's showing very much peak power there, so don't be too confused by that. The meter will... I don't want you to think that this is not a 4-watt AM radio. This is definitely what it is. If I don't make any noise, let me turn the gain off. There we go. 3.43 watts. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but I just saw it hit 19 watts. Yeah, don't trust the monitor on that one. It's okay. Sideband, though, you certainly can trust. 1, 2, oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, so it's doing sort of close enough to 20 watts. And keep in mind, this meter is probably a little bit generous. So maybe call it, 17, 18 watts. Now, legally, if you really wanted to get tight on ACMA, sure, 12 watts, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you, I don't think they're too worried about that. They are, although concerned with people running extremely large amplifiers. The secretary of our club was telling me he was contacted recently by the ACMA, and I sort of went, oh, okay. But it was about specific amplifier use by people that, shouldn't be using them. And I said, well, that's all right. I mean, we need to get the message through to people. As I said to him, I said, look, nobody... I mean, I think all of us have bent the rules a little bit, but, when it gets to stupidity, you've got to be a little bit careful. So, anyway, enough on that. But I can assure you that you're not going to get done by ACMA for this radio for being, 4 watts more than what it should be. Beautiful layout. They actually had a really nice high-quality speaker in these, so when you were listening to the audio, which, didn't sound like much with a tone trying to blow your eardrums out, but they are a very nice listening radio. I really love the Navajos. They just had a range, whether you had the clockless Navajo or whether you had, something like the 457 here, they all had beautiful audio. They really did. And just something to be appreciated. SWR meter on there. So they're doing it the old fashioned way. Let me just turn this volume down. So they're doing it the old fashioned way. Of course, the radio we showed you the other couple of videos ago, this one does it a little bit differently, where we calibrate. There we go, calibrated, and then we get an SWR 1-to-1 because we're on a dummy load, of course. And sorry, I've just got TV running on the other side of the room, so it's not helping the signal. Apart from that, look, fairly standard sort of base station. The clock function did not have the wake you up at 3 in the morning feature. It just basically was just a clock, so I actually personally like that better. I don't need my CB radio to wake me in the morning. Sam does a great job of that, but I get a cup of tea with Sam, so that's that works out even better. But yeah, so that just gives you a bit of an idea what a TRC457 is. I'm not sure. I think we've got a couple of these, but I'm only ever going to relate to one radio at a time. So the one you see on the video will be the one you get. So we never, like, if we sell this one, we'll actually do another video for the next radio to come up to show you, to make sure that you know what you're getting. And that's the thing, is we're trying to be as open about that as we can. Beautiful radios. If you haven't got one, well, your opportunity is to buy one. Email Brenton at posnav.com.au. Offers are welcomed. Look, if we could just do it with the hand mic for now, I will try and do a bass microphone for you if you're really keen. But I've got to say, just for the moment, I just need to work out what we're keeping for our own realistics. But there well could be some realistic bass mics coming up for sale too. Got some updates coming on some of the lease-ons. I know a lot of you have been asking about the lease-ons. just hanging there on that one. There's some I'm keeping because some have been gifts from friends of mine, and there's also others that I just sort of really do like. Isn't it weird? And I was never the biggest Leeson fan, just so to be very clear. I'm more of a Turner fan if you were going to really try and twist my arm. All right. Trying to stick to 10 minutes of radio so that you don't spend the rest of your life watching these things. If you're interested in one of these, this is 110 volt, just to be fair. So, of course, we're using a 110 volt converter. And but obviously you can run them off 12 volts. That will alter the clock, though. So I would suggest running your converter. One last point. The clock 60 hertz to 50 hertz will not keep completely accurate time. But there is a mod that we've found for just about all these clock modules now. A mate of mine, Wayne, in West Australia, he's a bright boy, actually said to me, did you notice that they all use this chip where on the chip there's this 50 hertz and 60 hertz, and you put a blob, and I went, no, Wayne, I didn't actually know that. I said, thank you. And he's right. So the SBE, the console 6s, all of them, you can convert the clocks, whether you're running them off 110 or 240. That's not really the point. The point is that you still need to think about what mode this clock's set in. So certainly either myself or Wayne, I can discuss this with you at some stage later if you're interested. But we may even do actually, Wayne, if you're watching this video, we might actually put together some paperwork and then do a quick video just on what the commonalities are, because I know you got across it a little bit more than I did. Which is not unusual. I've been battling for a bit of time lately, although we got a bit done today. Okay, I've gone way over my 10 minutes, so that was not the goal. 73s, if you're interested in the TRC457 40 channel with absolutely not a mark on it, I mean not a mark, certainly. These are the collectibles. Cheers, all the best. Oh, email me, sorry. Email brenton@posnab.com.au. Cheers, guys.